What happens when celebrity protection crosses the line from defense to offense? The entertainment world is reeling from shocking footage that has surfaced showing an unprecedented security response involving high-powered LED flash devices after paparazzi allegedly physically grabbed actor Soo Kai's clothing during what was supposed to be a private moment with actress Tan Songyun. The incident, which occurred late last night, has ignited a firestorm of controversy across social media platforms, with millions demanding answers. Were the bodyguards justified in their extreme measures, or did they go too far? And more importantly, what were Soo Kai and Tan Songyun doing together that warranted such aggressive paparazzi pursuit in the first place? The night started innocently enough, or so it seemed. Multiple sources report that Soo Kai and Tan Songyun were spotted leaving an upscale restaurant in downtown Beijing around 11:47 p.m. local time. Eyewitnesses described the scene as relatively calm initially, with only a handful of photographers waiting outside the establishment. However, what transpired in the following 17 minutes would become one of the most talked about celebrity security incidents of the year, raising serious questions about press freedom, personal boundaries, and the increasingly militarized approach to celebrity protection in China's entertainment industry. The footage, which has now been viewed over 83 million times across various platforms, shows a level of aggression from both sides that industry veterans are calling unprecedented and deeply troubling. But here is where the story takes an absolutely stunning turn that nobody saw coming. According to multiple witnesses who have since come forward, the paparazzi member who allegedly grabbed Soo Kai's jacket was not actually trying to physically assault the actor at all. Instead, sources claim the photographer was attempting to prevent Soo Kai from falling after the actor apparently stumbled on an uneven section of pavement while trying to shield Tan Songyun from the camera flashes. This revelation, if true, completely changes the narrative of what happened that night and raises explosive questions about whether the bodyguard's response was not just excessive, but based on a fundamental misunderstanding of the situation. Could this entire controversy have been sparked by a simple misinterpretation in the heat of the moment? And if so, what does that say about the hair-trigger readiness of celebrity security teams to deploy what some are now calling tactical countermeasures against members of the press? The LED flash devices in question are not your ordinary camera equipment. Security experts who have analyzed the footage describe them as commercial-grade LED flash units, typically used in professional photography studios, modified to produce an intensity of light that can temporarily disorient or even cause momentary vision impairment. These devices, which retail for upwards of $3,000 per unit, emit approximately 15,000 lumens of light, roughly equivalent to the high beams of 15 cars pointed directly at your face simultaneously. When deployed at close range, as they were in this incident, they can cause what ophthalmologists term flash blindness, a temporary condition that can last anywhere from several seconds to several minutes. The bodyguards, dressed in black tactical gear that would not look out of place on a military operation, deployed at least 4 of these devices in rapid succession, creating what one witness described as a wall of white light that was absolutely blinding. The paparazzi, numbering approximately 12 to 15 individuals according to police reports, were caught completely off guard by this response. Several photographers can be seen in the footage stumbling backward, covering their eyes, and dropping expensive camera equipment worth tens of thousands of dollars onto the concrete. One photographer, who spoke to media outlets on condition of anonymity, due to fear of legal repercussions, described the experience as terrifying and completely disorienting. He stated that he couldn't see anything for at least 90 seconds, and that he was genuinely afraid he had suffered permanent eye damage. Medical reports from 3 photographers who sought treatment at Beijing United Family Hospital later that night indicate they experienced symptoms consistent with photokeratitis, essentially a sunburn of the eye. Though all were reportedly released after examination and treatment, what makes this incident particularly controversial is the context in which it occurred. Soo Kai, 29, and Tan Songyun, 33, have been the subject of intense romantic speculation ever since they wrapped filming on their upcoming drama series, Eternal Love Chronicles, approximately 6 weeks ago. The two actors have consistently maintained they are just friends and professional colleagues, but their undeniable on-screen chemistry and increasingly frequent public appearances together have fueled relentless tabloid speculation about a potential real-life romance. Industry insiders suggest that both actors' management teams have been under tremendous pressure to either confirm or deny the relationship rumors, but have instead chosen a strategy of studied silence, neither addressing the speculation directly nor taking steps to distance the two stars from each other publicly. The timing of this incident is particularly suspicious to many observers. Just 3 days before the bodyguard confrontation, an anonymous entertainment blogger with over 17 million followers posted what they claimed were exclusive details about Soo Kai and Tan Songyun's relationship, including allegations that the two had been secretly dating for at least 4 months, and had even traveled together to Japan during a supposedly solo vacation Soo-kai took in July. The post, which has since been deleted but was screenshot and circulated widely, claimed to have photographic evidence that would be released within the week. Many are now questioning whether the aggressive paparazzi presence that night was directly related to this blogger's claims, with photographers hoping to capture the definitive proof that would confirm or debunk the relationship rumors once and for all. The physical grabbing of Soo-kai's clothing, which served as the apparent trigger for the Bodyguards' extreme response, lasted less than 3 seconds according to frame-by-frame analysis of the available footage. The paparazzi member in question, identified only by his surname Wang, can be seen reaching out and grasping what appears to be the sleeve of Soo-kai's designer jacket. However, the context of this action remains hotly disputed. Wang's legal representative, attorney Chun Xiaoming, issued a statement claiming his client was absolutely not attempting to assault or impede Mr. Su in any way, but was rather instinctively reaching out to steady the actor when he appeared to lose his balance. Chun further stated that his client has been vilified and threatened online since the incident and is considering legal action for defamation against multiple social media users who have posted his personal information and called for violence against him. Conversely, representatives for Soo-kai's security team have painted a very different picture of the encounter. A statement released by Phoenix Security Solutions, the company that employs the bodyguards in question, describes the situation as a rapidly escalating security threat, in which an aggressive individual made unauthorized physical contact with our client despite repeated verbal warnings to maintain distance. The statement goes on to justify the use of the LED flash devices as non-lethal deterrent technology, designed to create distance between our clients and potential threats without causing permanent harm. The company insists that all of its security personnel are extensively trained in threat assessment and proportional response protocols, and that the actions taken that night were entirely appropriate given the circumstances and perceived threat level. But not everyone is buying this explanation. Legal experts specializing in entertainment law and personal security regulations have raised serious questions about the legality of deploying such devices in a public setting. Attorney Lu Wei, a prominent lawyer who has represented multiple high-profile celebrities in security-related cases, stated in an interview that the use of any device designed to temporarily impair vision or other senses could potentially be classified as assault under Chinese law, regardless of whether it causes permanent damage. Lu further noted that the fact that these bodyguards came prepared with multiple industrial-grade flash devices suggests premeditation, which could have serious legal implications if any of the affected photographers choose to pursue criminal charges or civil litigation. The incident has also reignited long-standing debates about the boundaries between press freedom and celebrity privacy in China. The paparazzi industry in China has exploded in recent years, with some photographers reportedly earning millions of yuan annually from selling exclusive celebrity photographs to tabloids, websites, and social media platforms. This lucrative market has led to increasingly aggressive tactics, with reports of photographers following celebrities into restrooms, using long-range lenses to photograph them inside their homes, and even allegedly bribing hotel staff and restaurant employees for information about celebrities' whereabouts and private activities. Many celebrities and their representatives have complained that current laws provide insufficient protection against these invasive practices, while press freedom advocates argue that public figures must accept a certain level of scrutiny as the price of fame and the substantial financial rewards that come with it. Tan Songyun, who has remained notably silent since the incident, has her own complicated history with paparazzi and privacy issues. In 2019, the actress faced a traumatic situation when her mother was killed in a traffic accident caused by a drunk driver. In the aftermath of this tragedy, Tan was subjected to intense media scrutiny, with paparazzi camping outside her home and following her to her mother's funeral. The actress later spoke out about this experience, describing it as the darkest period of my life made infinitely worse by people who showed absolutely no humanity or compassion. Given this background, some supporters are suggesting that the aggressive security response that night may have been specifically designed to protect Tan from similar trauma, particularly if she and Soo-kai are indeed in a romantic relationship and trying to keep it private for personal reasons.